What if I told you, you could go to sleep completely healthy and wake up flagged for cancer, dementia, or heart disease before you feel a single symptom? No blood test, no doctor visit, just sleep. That is exactly what researchers at Stanford just built. It's called SleepFM. And honestly, this is the moment AI stops being a toy on your screen and starts becoming an operating system for your body. Today, we're tearing down the end of chatbots in healthcare. We're going under the hood of the most ambitious biological foundation model ever built to see why your bed is about to become the most powerful diagnostic tool on the planet. Right now, medicine is fundamentally reactive. It's break-fix. You don't get treated until something hurts, something fails, or something shows up on a $3,000 MRI. By then, you're already late, you're playing defense, but what if your body was quietly leaking signals years before the breakdown? Stanford's SleepFM isn't a small experiment. We are talking about a foundation model trained on 65,000 patients and over 600,000 hours of multimodal sleep data. To put that in perspective, a human sleep specialist would have to watch someone sleep for 68 years straight without blinking just to see what this AI saw in its training phase. Think of SleepFM as the GPT-4 for your physiology, but instead of feeding it Wikipedia and Reddit, Stanford fed it polysomnography, PSG. This is the gold standard of sleep data. It tracks brain waves, EEG, heart rhythms, ECG, breathing patterns, oxygen levels. Most medical AI is narrow. You have one AI for your heart and another for your brain. They don't talk to each other. SleepFM is different. It's a multimodal foundation model. It understands that a microfluctuation in your brain waves at 3 a.m. isn't a random glitch. It's a signal that correlates with a heart rate spike and a dip in blood oxygen. It views your body as a single, interconnected symphony. Here is the technical breakthrough that makes this agentic. They used a technique called Masked Autoencoding. If you followed Andrej Karpathy's work on micro-GPT, you know that LLMs learn by hiding the next word and forcing the AI to guess it. Stanford did this with your biology. They would mask or hide the brainwave data and force the AI to reconstruct it using only the heart rate and breathing data. Why does this matter? Because the AI discovered something profound. Your heart is a mirror for your brain. The model became so good at crosstalk that it can now reconstruct missing signals. If your wearable only tracks heart rate, SleepFM can potentially infer what your brain was doing. It's a cross-body translator that sees the interference patterns of your health that no human doctor was ever trained to look for. This leads us to something no one is talking about, the shadow health record. Historically, your medical record is a paper trail of things you told a doctor. It's subjective. But sleep is passive, it's universal, and it's impossible to fake. You can't optimize your REM cycle for a doctor the way you might eat healthy the day before a blood test. Sleep is the most honest version of you. Imagine it's 2030. You apply for life insurance or a high-stress executive role. They don't ask for a physical, they ask for your sleep score from the last 6 months. They aren't looking for how well you rested. They are looking for the latent disease markers SleepFM can see. You're being judged by a future you haven't lived yet. This is the perfect biological surveillance layer. Think about the cowgrythm tech used in autonomous livestock management. We use virtual fencing and behavioral tracking to manage herds. SleepFM does this for humans. It turns your bedroom into a diagnostic cage. If you deviate from your healthy baseline, the system flags you before you even feel the shock of a symptom. Sounds great for longevity, right? Now flip it. Who else gets that data? Insurance companies who want to raise premiums based on your 5-year heart risk. Employers who want to see if you're prone to burnout before they hire you. The trade-off for predicting disease is the end of biological privacy. This is why SleepFM destroys the current healthcare economy. Modern medicine is a break-fix model. It's built on $4.5 trillion of sick care. Hospitals make their highest margins when you are at your most expensive, late-stage illness. SleepFM flips the script: predict, prevent, intervene. If an AI tells you that you have a 78% risk of a stroke in 3 years, you don't wait for the stroke. You change your diet, your meds, and your habits now. But if everyone does that, the traditional hospital revenue structure collapses. Entire diagnostic industries based on finding out too late become obsolete. This is the Lego group pre-collapse moment for medicine. The system is too complex, and a simple foundation model is about to simplify it out of existence. Before we get too hyped, there is a massive hurdle. Explainability. SleepFM is a black box. It might predict a heart condition with 90% accuracy, but it can't always tell the doctor why. In medicine, the why matters. We are currently in a transition period where we have godlike predictive power, but toddler-level understanding of the AI's logic. Until we solve explainable AI, XAI, your doctor might be stuck saying, "The computer says you're sick, but I don't see anything yet." This is part of a much bigger shift. AI started with text, then images, then code. Now, it's moving into biology. Once AI understands the language of the human body as well as it understands English, everything changes. Disease becomes a predictable software bug. Lifespans extend, but privacy, as we know it, disappears. The era of not knowing is ending. For all of human history, the space between healthy and diagnosed was a void. Stanford just turned the lights on. So, the real question isn't if this technology is coming. It's already here. The question is, would you want to know, years in advance, that something is wrong, even if it changes how you live forever? Because the future of AI isn't on your screen, it's inside your body. If you want to stay ahead of the agentic AI wave and see where this tech is moving next, hit subscribe. We don't just track the hype, we track the architecture. See you in the next one. Check out my deep dive on agentic AI and the end of the chatbot right here. Trust me, you aren't ready for what's coming in 2027.